Warning, this podcast contains nachos. I mean, spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Sleepy Hollow, Season 2, Episode 10, Magnum Opus. I'm your nacho-loving host, Dom. With me are my co-hosts, Pat and Michelle.
Hello.
What up?
And Clio.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
What is this, Fire Week?
Yes.
Fire.
Fire.
Oh. Yeah!
Yes.
All right.
I'm the great colonial.
Look at that improv work right there. How are you guys tonight?
Good.
Good. Pat, how's the Archon Priest?
He's already dead. We're on the next mission.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Oh, what is that fancy thing?
This is Hobbit 3D glasses.
Oh,
Oh, from The Hobbit.
those are fancy. So what'd you guys think of this episode?
I loved it. So action-packed.
I'm gonna be so angry next week.
Why
They're
next
gonna
week?
leave it at such a cliffhanger that I am not gonna want to wait.
We don't know for sure.
No, they're gonna.
They probably will, but...
Yeah, I mean, they're advertising this as like, oh, everything's going down, but if everything goes down, then the apocalypse is successful. So that can't happen. And it doesn't seem likely that they'll win
No.
in an hour. So
Yeah.
I think cliffhanger is probably the way it's gonna go.
Big cliffhanger.
Always a way to keep that coming back for more.
Definitely.
Or make you so angry you give up.
Yes.
That's happened to me before.
So, how do you guys think the quote unquote game break went for Team Witness?
What is that game called? Because I've played it like 100 times. I have no idea what it's called. Is it Guess Who?
I think it's called Guess Who, but I don't know the actual name of it. But it seemed like a waste of time.
Well, they
It's used
Abby
for
said,
profiling, right?
they had poured through it, weren't getting anywhere. If you break your mind from what you've been this goes the same for studying. If you've been studying so much that your brain can't take it, you need to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you'll never remember anything.
Wait,
It's
why?
true.
Wait, there's...
Because if your brain is on one thing for such a long period of time, it's an overload. And sometimes, like she said, your subconscious mind makes connections that your overworked mind can't.
Kind of makes sense, kind of like Sheldon in Big Bang when he was doing all those odd jobs to get to his,
Yep.
the project.
It's a mind thing.
Yeah, but
Works
I just-
differently for
But
everybody.
I think that was a bad game to pick for Crane. How
Yeah.
was he supposed to know who Cher was?
Yeah, I can understand, the George Washington, him having George Washington. I think it would have been more fun if it was the other way around, and
How would he have guessed Cher?
he was trying to explain George Washington,
Yeah.
and she's making all these, I don't know.
Yeah, she's guessing other historical figures that are not Washington.
Yeah, I think it would have been a much more interesting dynamic that way. She had a better chance of guessing Cher,
Mm-hmm.
And he, the same, yeah.
I think partially, they should have done, different games in general. It should have been, Jenga.
What,
Yeah, I think so too. It should have been.
I was gonna say, what do you want him to play, Mousetrap?
Yes.
Hungry, Hypno.
No, Mousetrap is the worst game ever. It takes you 2 hours to set up the board for a 3-minute game. Alright?
No, it's not a 3-minute game, Pat. That's just how you play it. Have you actually ever played Mousetrap?
I have tried multiple times.
I don't believe you. I believe you set it up and knocked it down. I believe
No.
that's
I
what
think
you
cards
did.
or chess would have been
I don't
a better,
believe you've actually ever tried to play the
Chess, I
game.
agree, chess.
Yeah, cards
I
or
played.
chess or something like that.
I have played Mousetrap, and that is not a good game
I
either.
don't believe you, Pat. I don't believe
See
you.
a lot of
Anyway.
I think
for
Canasta.
strategy. It's very
Should have
cool.
played some Canasta or some Rummy.
What the hell?
Tin Rummy.
Pinochle.
No.
Backgammon.
Bridge. I love backgammon.
Horseshoes.
Cribbage.
Shuffleboard. There we go.
Oh, cribbage.
Shuffleboard.
Cribbage would have been awesome.
Cribbage.
I could have schooled them both.
So, this whole time, Katrina thought she was being pretty stealthy with this mirror. Turns out she wasn't.
No.
Why do you think she thought she was able to get away with it for so long?
I don't
Because
know.
nobody brought up anything about it. Like, they didn't try to take the mirror away from her, so she assumed, oh, I'm being smart. When in all actuality, it's like, you better watch out what you're doing, because Henry seems to be everywhere.
You
And
better not
that's the thing.
try.
I think she knew, but she thought this would be her only way to actually get into contact with them quickly.
Henry's worse than Santa Claus.
To
He's
let them
everywhere.
know.
She seemed kind of surprised, though, when Henry
Yeah.
was like, did you think your mirror trick would work? Also, I found the bottle. Also, you suck at being a spy.
You're the worst character ever.
Also a mother. Suck at
Yeah.
being a mom, too.
True.
That's what Henry thinks, not what I think.
Well, thanks for that clarification.
But
What
Henry-
do you think? Now that we know what Henry thinks, what do you think?
I
Cleo?
think she tries.
Yeah,
She's precious and she tries.
she tries.
Mhm.
But there's always this, giant looming force of evil that stops her. And
Always.
it sucks.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I guess I feel the same way.
I think she gives herself too much credit to start, and it's like, you are not doing anything. You're really kind of just failing the whole mission
I
here.
mean, I think that she used to, in her day, when her coven was strong, she was strong. And she did a lot of good things, and she was a spy, and she was good at it, but now it's been 250 years she spent in purgatory. She's been back for like 2 weeks.
Coven's gone.
Well, she's
Coven's
not-
gone. It's a little harder for her to do what she used to be able to pull off.
Yeah, she has a lot of adapting still, but
In time. In time.
She should stick to watching the soap operas.
That was adorable, though.
what did you guys think of the join or die artwork on the secret map?
Awesome.
That was like, how did you figure that out? It's like, that looks like that, and how did?
Yes.
I just want to know, is there really, Cleo, you would probably know better, is there really a river in New York that looks like that?
I live in New York City. We're far from New York State, and I don't look at maps very often.
Start
While
like
we continue the conversation, I will endeavor to look.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is a completely fictitious thing, and there is no map that looks anything like that in or around Sleepy Hollow. So,
Dom, then we need to find that out. We'll take a day trip to Sleepy Hollow.
and we will look for ourselves. We won't believe no
Buy a
stinking
map.
maps.
We won't believe sticking maps, no.
Yeah,
Actually, that would be fun.
Just
Day
map
trip.
quested.
Sleepy Hollow.
just MapQuest Sleepy Hollow. But
I am.
I agree with Cleo. It was just a little too convenient that they tied those things together so quickly. It seems like a lot of their plot points that they connect, just they all kind of happen like that. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, there's this river that just happens to look like this picture, so I've seen this picture 1,000 times, but I never put it together before now.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's sort of the stump that they were hitting for so long, was that they didn't have those two things open and next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It helps when you're
Yeah.
looking at the same thing on two papers that are right next to each other.
I think it's just
Yeah, I
like,
don't think that river exists.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. So what about Irving now, right? So it was the end of last episode that he jumped in the back of their car,
Yeah.
right? So now this episode we see he's
You owe me.
yeah he's being taken across the Canadian border,
Yep.
with Jenny.
Yep.
And all of a sudden there's roadblocks, so he's got to get out, and he's like, yeah, let's meet back up. And Jenny like names the place, let's meet up here, whatever. He's like, all right, I got my phone, let's do this, meet you here at so and so time.
Mm.
No, he just kind of shook her off.
I know.
Just shake it off.
Russian haters.
Haters
honestly,
gonna hate.
I will be the first one to comment on this one because I think I know exactly where he's going with this. He realizes that in turn, he is more detrimental to the group if he is being carried by them. And if Jenny gets arrested again, that's going to yet again throw Abby off the case because she's going to be trying to take care of her sister. And it will set them back when right now they need to be focused on the main mission.
That's true. The other side of that is Irving's soul is at the mercy of war. And,
Right. And
him
indirectly
not being
Moloch
with the
as
group
well.
makes him susceptible to falling to the wrong side. So
That's the thing, and I don't think he wants to, like we were all saying.
Without the help of the group, I think that's going to be the way it falls. And
Yeah.
as Pat was saying at the start here, he goes, he's going to hate next week because of the big cliffhanger. Well, I think that's what it's going to be.
He may become Pestilence.
He might.
Yeah.
And we don't know. I mean,
And this would also tie in with the theory me and Cleo had of it's got to be two people from Jenny's side. Or
yeah.
Abby. Jenny
We've
and Abby.
already seen Pestilence in the John Doe episode,
Oh yeah, the Roanoke.
Yep.
Roanoke episode. So
I keep on forgetting.
I'm not certain he'll become a horseman.
What about, he could be Famine, right?
war,
Yeah.
death, famine, and pestilence are the four. He could be.
I would have liked it if they went with the Wrath, or what's the other substitute for
Famine.
No.
No, the other substitute is Wrath.
Wrath, yeah.
I think for Famine.
That would have been interesting if they went with
Because
Wrath.
Famine's the
They've
one.
already established that it's pestilence.
Yeah, it gets only traded off.
Mm-hmm.
True, true.
Oh, pestilence.
Or have
Mm.
5 horsemen.
Hey!
Yeah.
No.
Or he's just a general in their army or something.
It's fine, yeah. They
Yeah.
could pretty much do anything at this point. Just have to see.
Speaking of the Horsemen, what did you guys think of the flashbacks with Abraham?
Listen, the more we get of Abraham, the more I just want him to not be evil and a dick. And I'm like, you're cool. Why can't we have
but I
the
felt
bromance back?
like, dude, you were so nice. You were so, like, friendly and funny. And then you just let your jealousy. I mean, I understand you like the girl.
Buzz killing.
There's
Kim
other
Love.
girls. There's other women out there.
Yeah, but none of them are as precious
I
Katrina.
know. But, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants.
It's
And the heart sucks.
Hmm.
Heart
Yeah,
doesn't know what it wants. Heart doesn't know what's good for it.
I think Abraham is just, no pun intended, just like blindly following Katrina at this point.
Is that a pun because he has no head?
Maybe.
I'm not even warning any kind of discussion for that one.
Has no head?
He's just blindly following Katrina. No, but like,
He's
Yeah.
blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light.
that was like 5 episodes ago when he was trapped in the circle of light.
Yes.
That was last season.
Was it? Oh yeah. Whatever.
Pretty sure that was last season.
I don't even know anymore.
There's so many,
I can't keep track.
so many shows, so little time,
Yeah,
so much information.
but I mean, so you guys are starting to fall for Abraham. You guys starting to like him, or
I've always liked,
you've always liked him? So you liked him when he was running around as a mass murderer, chopping Abby's friends in half and killing the
Technically, he's
sheriff.
still a mass murderer. That hasn't stopped.
Well, yes, I mean, I just think he's fallen into the wrong hands.
Before we knew he was Abraham, though, did you find him compelling? No.
Oh,
No.
I found him compelling because he was giant headless and had an axe that was
and
on
he had
fire.
that cool, like, belt with the
That's
bullet.
compelling.
Mm.
I like that, too, his
I
outfit.
still-
Compelling for a different reason now.
It still just bugs me to no end how the Headless Horseman knows where everybody is and can, like, follow people and, like, hear the noises that they make, and it's just like, stop it! You don't have a head. You can't hear or see or smell anything.
No senses.
I kind of
That's
got bugged
magic.
more on the fact that he got a
Magic.
shotgun out of nowhere.
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
the
just-
best thing to ever happen.
I know. I was like, what? It's TV, okay.
I'm the headless horseman, yet I'm gonna use a freaking AK-47. Da 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 da. Like it makes no sense.
I love it though.
That's
I know it makes no sense. That's why it's beautiful.
That's probably why I like it so much, is because if they really stuck to the mythology of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow story, we wouldn't be where we are now with this show.
No,
So,
not at all.
They need to go outside the box. They're telling it in a modern world, and then you always have that question of, hey, what would happen if I shot this guy with a shotgun, you know, whatever? Because that was never a thought in your head when you were reading Sleepy Hollow when you were younger, is why don't you just pull a gun out and shoot the guy in the chest? You know?
Yeah.
Just pull a shotgun out and shoot him. No, he's lobbing pumpkins at you. Like, you just want to get across that bridge and get out of Sleepy Hollow, you know?
That's all.
So, like, yeah, but now it's a lot more. So you get to see how it stacks up not only with those weapons against him, but also with them in his favor. So it makes an interesting dynamic.
It does.
But speaking of changing things completely, well, I guess not completely, but
Not
altering
completely,
things. What'd you guys think of Medusa, aka the Gorgon?
I was like, what?
That was interesting.
How did it stack up against the Greek mythology?
It's like the Gorgon guarding the Holy Grail, basically, is kind of what it was.
It's like Smog guarding his treasure.
The sword of Medusa.
A little different than that, but
No, it's the exact same thing.
Smog doesn't turn people to stone.
He turns them to ash.
Eh.
And eats.
I mean, I guess I could see it, but I'm pretty close to.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that they used it, but at first I was like, what? Why are they going?
and I'm forgetting the exact like Greek myth because it was Perseus that fought her. But I'm surprised that they didn't go with the getting her to look at herself, because that, I guess, you know, they are changing it up, which is good that they do that.
Yeah, like they're not going to keep it completely to the Greek.
Also, I don't think that Crane would have been able to look at it in the camera and be okay.
Yeah,
I don't think that would have been okay.
I don't know. I still found it funny that
Medusa
they didn't use Medusa's
mythology.
head as a weapon. Like that was
Yeah.
the other thing. Like Percy Jackson in The Lightning Thief, they used Medusa's head
As a
like
weapon.
the weapon. And like what was the other movie? Clash of the Titans.
The Titans. Yeah, with Percy. That's more true to the actual myth than.
But it's like
A little bit.
we all of a sudden, oh, here's the head. Hold on, quick. Throw my jacket on it. All right,
Meh.
doesn't exist right now.
Thing was still moving around though.
I know.
It's still alive.
Yep.
Do you think we're gonna see it again?
Who knows?
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
mean, they haven't used it as a weapon yet.
No, that's right.
It'll be really dangerous if the head just like rolls into town and people start turning to stone.
Or I could see them using it maybe in the final battle. You know, trying against some of the army.
Final battle.
Use some magic to give the horseman back his head. Just, you know, whatever. They have the skull somewhere, right? Just give him his head back.
Oh no, I thought you meant put Medusa's head on his shoulder.
No.
I was like,
That
what?
would be
Oh,
terrible,
That would be
Cleo.
awful.
That would be
Oh, that'd
very
be funny
awful.
as hell.
That'd be very awful. I'd be like, no.
Then what would Katrina see? Would it be like, I don't know.
Pain
Then
and
what would
suffering.
Katrina see? Would it be Abraham's head just with Medusa's hair?
No. I don't even want to think about this anymore. You ruined Medusa for me forever.
How?
I don't know.
His
So-
name's Medusa now.
So you're thinking the camera wouldn't have saved Ichabod? He still would have turned to stone?
Well, my dad pointed out that all the snakes were facing the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
So
What?
even if you looked at it in a mirror, he probably would have been fine because none of the snakes nor her face were facing him.
Well, that's interesting because some tellings of Medusa allow you to look in a mirror. Some of them don't, because I know
Yeah.
that there's certain tellings of Medusa that she looked into a mirror and turned herself to stone.
Herself to stone. That's the one I know.
Right,
I've
so
heard of that one too, but
so
I've also heard.
mirrors wouldn't technically help you in that situation. If they're turning her to stone, they would turn you to stone as well.
Yeah, but what Perseus did with when he turns her to stone is he blindfolds himself, goes in with the mirror shield,
Right.
And then when he hears her coming, he turns around and makes her look at herself.
Right.
And that's how he stops her.
Right.
But then there are versions where he cuts her head off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's still, like, moving and alive. Yep.
So that seems to be the route they went here. So the head was clearly moving after it was lopped off. We don't know exactly what happened to it. So
I know, it kind of just
going on at once.
they were a little too preoccupied with the Indiana Jones Holy Grail swords.
Yeah, that was real. That was set up. I was like, pick like the most modest looking sword. Haven't you ever seen
You chose poorly.
Indiana Jones?
I was waiting for her to make an Indiana Jones reference.
Me too. Since I saw the preview for this episode last week,
Yeah.
I was like, Holy Grail.
Yeah.
It was a similar fashion, but they had their twist to it.
I mean, she chose the wrong sword. Nothing too bad happened.
No. Yeah.
Just turned into a snake, and then they all turned into
Because
snakes.
none of them were real.
And
None
then
of
they...
us were scared of those snakes.
But I hate snakes.
She was definitely
There's the other
scared of
Indiana
those
Jones.
snakes.
Yeah, why did it have to be
I didn't have
snakes?
snakes.
I was waiting for, like, a reference like that. Like, anything. Just a nod to Indiana Jones would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But then we had Abby and Crane kind of dealing with their inner struggles and whatever to better understand themselves during that whole scene. Right?
I thought that was cool.
And
Very poetic.
it is beyond me how flammable liquid will not ignite from one torch. It
It's
has
magic.
to ignite from 2 torches.
No, but that's the thing. It's magic.
That exactly. It's a part of a.
It was
It's
only
that
meant to
thing.
be done with 2 people with 2 torches.
It's a spell.
It was the symbol of there being 2 people that lit it, not the actual.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, like
Yes.
Crane tries to light, and he's like, it's like everything we've done today, and I can't fucking light this barrel of oil.
I know. Really. It's oil.
Yeah.
They really like. I loved Abby and Crane this episode because they really just fed off each other.
They did. And we were just saying how last week we had an episode where without Crane that worked really well.
Yeah.
And then we have this episode with Crane and it worked equally as well. So
All dynamics are working very well.
yeah, this show just keeps going to prove to you that it can hold up with any of the cast. All the cast is really strong.
Well, there's so much backstories to each character that they
Right.
gave, so you can focus on just 2 characters an episode or 1.
Right. So but
What
this
happened?
what was it? This is episode 10, so we're what, 23 episodes into the series now?
Yes.
And 22 episodes in last week was the first time we had an episode without Ichabod in it, you know, and
For the
so-
majority, yeah.
yeah. So that was a big deal. That was like seeing without your lead character, you can still pull off a pretty damn good show.
I still think Abby's the lead,
So.
but
She's the lead female. I think
They're
Ichabod
co-leads.
is.
They're co-leads.
Yeah, they're definitely co-leads, but I mean, I guess I just see Ichabod because he drives the story.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
without
and they also
Ichabod,
do
this
market
wouldn't
it
be
like
going
he's
down.
Because that confused me in the beginning because I started watching it. I'm like, oh yeah, Abby's the main character. Okay, I'm down
Right.
with this. And then in every promo, it's like Ichabod's first. Ichabod's face is the biggest.
Yep.
I'm like, wait, hold on. I thought Abby was the main character. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Well, I think they're both equal at this point, but I consider Ichabod the main character, like I said, because he drives the story. Without him, none of this really would be going on. So
But then you think without her, certain things.
Or with
yeah,
without a lot of things and people.
definitely.
Right.
Everybody's intricate and crucial. Like, you need them. They're all a necessity for this, but I guess just the whole time period for. I
No,
guess
totally. And I did go back to the first episode, and Ichabod's the first person we see on screen, first character we meet.
right,
So
and I guess part of it.
That's usually the tell that that's the main character.
I guess part of it to me is the story is
Mhm.
the Legend of Sleepy Hollow is Ichabod. That's
Yes.
Ichabod Crane. That's how, I know this story. So no matter what they do, I would always consider Ichabod and the Headless Horseman, I think, the two main characters.
Yeah.
I'm not denying Abby's not a main character, because she 100% is, but...
Mhm.
No, but according to the original myth,
Yeah.
definitely Ichabod, definitely.
Yeah.
Obviously,
So I guess that's why I kind of always see Ichabod that way. So
Mhm.
even if they took Ichabod off the show, which would be horrible, don't ever do that. But even if they did, I still would consider Ichabod the main character, even though he's not even on the show. So
Like, don't ever get rid of him.
yes, don't do it.
Do not. Fuck.
But meanwhile, while all this is going on,
If you're watching.
Henry, Abraham, aka the Headless Horseman, and Moloch prepare for the binding ceremony for Katrina.
Yep.
To bring Moloch's rise. Do you think this Crane's premonition dream ceremony is going to come to fruition?
I think
I don't
so.
think in the full fruition, this is going to be that main battle that something might be thwarted.
Well, they're coming down to the wire, so they don't have much time to thwart.
Coming down to the wire. They're coming down to the mid-season wire.
But I definitely think that
I'm
she's
talking about, like,
up there. She's
the
definitely
rise of Moloch. If they want to stop this, they come
Yeah.
down to the wire. He's basically here.
It's true.
Basically here.
He's a little 8-year-old boy now.
He's not like
No,
10.
he's not.
No, he's like
14
16 or something.
Whatever.
No, didn't you see him in goat form standing in a fiery circle?
Oh, yeah.
He's here.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I'm still thinking that's like him on the other side. But
No,
Yeah,
he
you're
was
right.
here.
Here, yeah.
Well,
It's
we
game
showed,
time.
Well, we showed
I
with
really thought,
it.
I really thought we were gonna get more of like the boy Moloch, but like we just
Right?
saw him coming in, going like
Maybe
this.
just a little bit, but no. To show how fast a demon grows. It only
Yeah.
needs like 3 days and bam, you're there.
Well,
3
it's like-
days, pop him out of the womb, you're good to go.
It's like
Well,
a-
I don't think it's about days.
World domination.
It's about how much power he
I was just gonna say that,
He
too.
sucked the power out of Katrina, and then he comes in from outside, and I was assuming he went somewhere to suck more power out of somebody.
Well, no,
Probably.
the succubus probably gave, like, or whatever remains of her,
Oh, yeah.
That episode, yeah, that's true.
because they couldn't have used, like, all the people power.
No, I know.
The people power.
I'll
People
call
power.
it that.
PP.
People power.
Oh, people power.
No, it works.
Did Michelle just refer to it as the PP?
PP.
No, somebody else. Did you really go with the PP?
I
hon?
just said that, yeah.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
people power. Power people.
People power, PP.
PP.
PP all over the place.
Wow. We just went to a whole new level.
Pee all over the place.
There's people power everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So, anything stand out that I missed?
That's all I got. I think Abby and Crane did a good job coming up with a crazy plan that worked.
They did.
I love that. They were like,
And all the sword fighting was good.
that was really
The
I
sword
like that
fighting
they
was
do good
really
sword
good.
fighting.
I just
not
good stage.
Totally shitty.
I just can't wait to see how the sword is going to come
Very
into play.
fluid. Very fluid. The fighting. Very awesome.
Yeah. And I liked seeing old Ichabod and Abraham fighting basic fencing, practicing.
Yeah, that
And
was
you,
really cool.
you know, current them, and it's completely different style because, you know, Abraham's got the axe and it's a completely different game.
Yeah, but Ichabod still kind of maintains the same, style that he had. He's altering it slightly to deal with the axe, until the shotgun comes flying out. But
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's not fair. Shotgun comes out, it's...
But I can't wait to see
Yeah,
what
like-
happens with this actual sword now. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, and I liked the whole I'm choosing this.
What are you playing, Pokemon?
I am the Horseman of Death. I was so scared. I was like,
I
oh,
choose
no.
you, Horseman of Death. No,
Hmm?
Pokemon. I choose you, Horseman of Death.
I like seeing them in the bar too. That was kind of cool.
I usually choose
Just
side
friends
duck,
having
but,
fun.
you know...
It's all about Jigglypuff.
No way. Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur, Bulba.
No?
Did she just white us all out?
No, I drew on your faces.
Oh.
Bulba.
Because Jigglypuff sings, puts everybody to sleep, and gets mad that they fell asleep, so she draws in marker on their faces. That's
This
what
is
I did.
true.
And I explained my joke, so it's not funny. Continue.
It is fun.
So next
It was
next
the next week.
next week, the episode, the Akita?
The Akita.
Akita. Chiquita banana. The Akita.
Akita.
Yeah, what?
The end of days approaches, December 1st. Unforeseen sacrifices must be made and loyalties are put to the ultimate test in a fight against evil.
Over furniture, because Pat's at IKEA.
Yeah.
Not IKEA.
There's always a missing screw!
Many an epic battle
On a side
has
note,
occurred in IKEA.
IKEA, you either end up like short 1 or 2 screws, or you have 30 extra, and there's
Yeah.
no in between.
And you're
No
like,
in between.
alright, but I just have this extra crap for whatever.
There's
Luckily-
no in between.
luckily
You're
I
either
haven't
missing
bought
parts
anything
or you
from
have
IKEA that
way
just
too many.
This stuff falls apart.
So,
That's why
Alright,
they give you extra.
To get
screws
onto a
anyway.
real tangent of the actual episode.
Yes, next week we'll be coming to our final mid-season.
Now, with the betrayal on both sides, this to me makes it sound like the Horseman of Death is gonna turn on Malik a little bit and like not want Katrina to become
Yeah.
disfigured.
Well, I mean,
to
it's
protect
gonna-
her, he might.
I think it's between more of the fact of he doesn't want. He's gonna start realizing, you know what? I'm an idiot. Why did I keep on trying to force you to still try to love me when I know that you don't?
Mhm.
And Ichabod's gonna truly be the one. It's gonna be one of those like cutesy romantic, like, oh god, gag me food moment.
yeah.
You really think so?
And I'm gonna go with it.
It's gonna depend if I don't know, if Abraham sees the ceremony as getting Katrina to stay with him and like not really killing her and her being still okay at the end of it, he might go through with it. But
Yeah.
if it puts her in some sort of danger or she might not make it,
Right.
he might.
Well, it's more of she will never be the same again, and I think that's what's gonna kill him because he loves her for how she's always been.
Mhm.
Yep.
Even though she doesn't feel the same way, and you know, who cares about what she wants?
Right.
It's like, shh.
She'll love me if I
Aw.
keep her prisoner for long enough.
Yep. Next week
That's how that
is
works, right?
No,
I've had a guy in my closet for like 5 years.
If I keep on tying her to the bedpost, she'll stay.
no, he has a moment. He'll have a moment, I think.
All he's gonna do is have the
I
Sam
think he-
Smith song playing. Why don't you stay with me?
so.
Oh,
Let's
sorry.
get this train back on track and end the
Sorry.
show.
You actually had a sound effect. You actually have a train whistle. What?
I do.
It's all my
I do.
fault.
So
No, you're fine.
An interesting
next week,
concept.
season finale. It's gonna be good. Can't wait.
Great.
It's gonna be amazing. Pat Michelle, where can the people find you?
Official
That's Michelle.
on Twitter or in time and space, whatever one works easier for you.
Excellent.
We're both.
Cleo, where can the people find you in your Hobbit swag?
You can find me bragging about the fact that I've already seen the new Hobbit movie at Cliomoto.
Bitches.
I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep tweeting about it.
I definitely would.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. Do. Now, what now? What now?
I sang it, that's what now.
Yeah. So,
We kept it going, doesn't matter.
You can also find us on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV
And
podcast. And Tinder. And /ASO.
Are we really on Tinder? Hold on.
No.
No.
There's no like username. You can't like search by username on Tinder.
Oh.
But all those
Take punches for shit.
Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter,
Everything.
Space, and YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows.
Yes.
Till next week. See you guys later.
Peace out, players.
Bye.
Michelle, you can go to sleep now. I said Michelle, not Clio.
They wouldn't have known if you didn't say.
Natural.
They know now. And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!